So I'll show you how to quickly add a shadow to your photo. It depends on your photo, right? Like which one you're going to use. So what I did here, you go to the top. You don't see it in the video, but go to your window in Photoshop at the top. Click on layers. Mine's already selected, so I'm going to deselect it and select it again. Layers. It'll open up this layers window. And you're going to add a, hold on, ignore that. You're going to add a new layer right there. New layer, right? So there it is right there. And make sure your layer, the new one you created, is under the layer that you are making a shadow of, right? So in this case, Amanda's picture is there. And then right underneath her is the empty layer that I'm going to work on. And it's pretty simple to do. So another tool in Photoshop. It's hard to learn just one tool in Photoshop without having to learn the others. So I'm going to go to the eyedropper right here, eyedropper tool, and I'm going to select the color of the shadow that I want. So I'm going to click here. See that shadow, that color? I want to select, I'm going to click that. So see, there it is right there, and see it's in my foreground. So if I do this, as long as it turns that color, you're good. So it's that color. I'm on the layer that I'm going to create the shadow on. Now I'm going to use the brush tool. Brush tool, okay. See, I want to make it probably a little bigger. And it has a hard shadow. See there? It has a hard shadow because of the sunlight. So see the hard shadow there? Hard shadow meaning it's not a softness to it. See, like these leaves from the tree, it has a softness to it. But with her, or with the subject, it's a harder shadow. So make sure you check that in your photo, because this one's the one that I brought in. It's not the other one. So I'm bringing in this one to this one. All right, so I'm in the layer. I have my photo, my brush tool, and then I'm going to go to the top over here, select my size. I'm going to make sure my hardness is probably around there because this has a hard line to it. So let's see. I'm just going to draw one. Yeah, it's something like that. See, Command Z to see it's a darker shadow. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click actually back on the eyedropper, select that tool, select that color. Go back to my brush, and now I'll go here. I'm going to just simply draw that shadow underneath her. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me click there. Opacity at 100%. Your flow should be at 100%. And then I have my brush size and then my hardness. I'm going to keep my hardness like that. Let's see. See, it doesn't really work there. See how you can't really see it? So I'm going to do Command Z. I'm going to fix that. And I'm actually going to grab probably this color here. So Option click, as long as you have your brush selected, Option click brings you the eyedropper tool. Click on it. No, click on it again till you get that color, and I could just hold the Option key right there. So that's the color I'm going to use to make the shadow here. See, that's not working either. So it has to be a darker color of this bench. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this color here, click on it, then click here, the color, click it there, and it's going to open this menu here of color. So I'm going to bring the color down just a little bit, click OK. Now I'm going to color. See, now the shadow comes out. See, like that. I'm going to go right to the edge. See, like that, right? Just a soft little shadow. And actually, if you think that's too much, Command Z, and I'm going to go lighter on my opacity, maybe 50% or something like that. And then, see, it works a little better, right? That's how you do the shadow. And then if I do it again here, it's going to make it darker. It's like you're doing a highlighter or a marker over it. See, do a little darker. Right there, same color as this. See, just that little bit helps. I'm going to make my brush size just a little bit bigger, and then soften this really soft, and then I'm going to do this. Just tap it a little bit like that. Tap, just a little bit. See? Just that little bit helps to give you that shadow. Make Command minus. See, it gives you that shadow. Now it looks more a little realistic. All right, that's how you add a shadow on the layer. Make sure you save it, right? File, save. If you haven't done this already, do a file, save as. Not save because oh, it's being saved. I didn't let it. It's finished. Okay, now do file save as. I'm gonna call it. Make sure you have. It's usually on TIFF. Keep it on Photoshop and call it Clone One or whatever, and make sure you put it somewhere where you can find it. I'm gonna put mine in my downloads folder. Clone One. Save. Okay. And then whenever you're done, you're finished with your project. You like what you see, then go ahead and go to File, Export, Save for the web. Some of you may get a message coming up saying it's a little big, but it's okay. We're going to do that here. And then you're going to save it for the web, okay? Because PSD files cannot be read on Google Photos. I'm going to click Save. Put it in my doc downloads. Clone One JPEG. The other one's a PSD. I'm going to call it JPEG. If you get this menu, open it up. Click here. Oops, sorry. Click there, and it opens it up more for you. And then you can create a new folder. I'm actually going to make a folder and call it cloning project. I'm going to save it in there. And then you go to your cloning project folder. Sorry. There it is right there. It's all set. Now I'm going to actually click and drag the Photoshop document in there. So now I have the layered file and then the actual photo. So make sure you edit this one in Lightroom. Like I have Lightroom open here. See that? And that's the one I'm going to edit in Lightroom. Go ahead and add your preferences to your colors and such. Actually, this one's an older one because I photoshopped Eddie out of. Yeah, there it is, right there. Sorry, it keeps opening up the same one. Double click it. There. See, photoshopped him out. You can barely see a little bit of my mistake. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.